I was having some family issues and I needed to actually move up to Santa Fe for a while. I was struggling with the decision because it was going to lead me to have to leave the credit union, or so I thought. I got a call, I think it was the next day even, and said, we want to see if you're interested in going part-time in Santa Fe. And the joy in my heart just rose because, for one, I've never had a company even try and feel interested in kind of what was going on in my family life and what was happening all around, and for two, it was such a big deal for them to offer me this because they were trying to fill a full-time position and I could only do part-time as a max of this many hours, and they were willing to go that extra mile even though I didn't know how long it was going to be for. I didn't know what was going to happen, and it was just the most incredible feeling to have a company and managers and everyone kind of stand behind you. By having the company believe in me, I kind of had a higher respect for the company. I was thinking, well, if they're able to help me in my situation, I want to stay here. Because if another situation comes up, then maybe they'd be willing to help me again.
Early last year, I was involved in a car accident, a pretty bad car accident that required multiple treatments a week. My job's a little unique in the sense that I travel to multiple branches and departments. Sometimes I can visit 3 to 4 branches in one day. Being that I was involved in a car accident and I was having back, neck, and shoulder issues, the excess driving was kind of aggravating the issue. So they helped me basically, like I said, prioritize the projects. If we needed to put some on hold, we put those on hold. If we needed to do different structure and bring some of those groups here that I was working with, they gave me the support to do that. When I had a situation happen 2 years ago where I had lost my grandmother, and me and her were very close, very small family, and so they helped me actually get counseling resources for free. That was really good in helping me get back on my feet and kind of get focused again without having the financial burden in addition to having all that grief and still not having like an outlet for that.
Last year I had to have some fairly major surgery that was somewhat unplanned. The nice thing about when I was able to get away from work is I didn't have to worry about work and getting paid, and if I was going to make my house payment, and if I could support my family. I was able to focus on getting well and getting better. The opportunity that I was afforded to get well and get better was something that I'll treasure forever, and that I was not worried about, is my job getting done? So that was important for me as a dad, as the provider for my family for many, many years, for the money side of our family, to be able to ensure that I could sleep at night knowing that I was still able to do that and step away and come back to work and be able to do my regular functions outside of work as well.
I started right after Thanksgiving, and March 2nd, my husband passed away. And the week before that, he had been in a coma for about a week or so. So I hadn't been here very long. And that was unusual that something so traumatic happened. I had an 11-year-old son, and he was in the hospital for the week. And I remember my boss came and he found us in the hospital. I remember calling him on Sunday saying, I don't know when I'm going to be back in. I've got to deal with this. And he found us in the hospital and he said, here, sign this. And it was a memo from me to him that he had written to ask for donated PTO, because he knew I didn't have that type of time accrued. And I didn't even know that it was a policy here that we could donate PTO to each other. Come to find out, then he put out a request and it was approved by the CEO, and the employees donated their time for me to be able to stay home and take care of my husband. The donated PTO is huge. I was able to take off time and be home and kind of regroup to such a shock. It was huge to my family. It helped me feel like I could make sure he was safe and okay. And that's everything. That's what we're all working for, is for our families and to bring back to our communities and to have a leadership and an organization that rallies behind you. It matters. It matters to our core, to our soul as humans. And I'm really proud to work for a company that does that. we continue to do that and find policies and ways of just keeping it simple. Look someone in the eyes, how can I help? What is it you need? And then can we do it? And you have a real conversation with real humans. 9 times out of 10, you find something that works and everybody comes out stronger and happier.